Hey guys, today, drum roll, we'll be talking about seven. Seven? Uh, what is it? Oh my god, so seven is a very intuitive number. It's a very deep number, okay? Seven gets to the core of everything. They notice details. They notice details everywhere. They see everything, every little detail of everything. Their mind is non-stop. Non-stop. You may have this feeling of like being born in the wrong time. Like you don't belong in this time. You know, like you were put here by accident. And so that's how you feel as a seven. Yo! They have this inner curiosity. And they want to know everything about everything. They question life and everything. Everything, anything you can think of, any question you can think of, they probably already asked that. Because seven is the very profound thinker. They want to know why they exist. They question their own existence. They question everything. They question the nature of everything. And speaking of nature, they love nature. Sevens love nature. Sevens are so out of this world, to be honest. And they need a lot of time to themselves. That's one thing that's very, very important to know as a seven is that you need your own time to yourself. You need solitude. You need privacy. Sometimes you may not want to tell people a lot of things about yourself. Like you like to keep a lot of things private. It's always good to balance it. And so, you know, it can be a very hard thing for a seven. Like a seven could be that person who's antisocial as fuck and isolated, right? And that's because they've fallen into the negative category of seven and they've stayed there, right? They've stayed in isolation. They've stayed to themselves. And so this can, if you don't deal with this, you're not going to grow. You know what I'm saying? It's like you need to find balance. You need to find balance as a seven because people need your intuition because you have this intuition, this form of thinking and processing things. You just download information. So it's like you right next to source. If you don't spend your alone time, if you don't have solitude at all, it can lead to this inner dissatisfaction. Like this inner feeling that something's not right. You're not gonna feel right. Things are not gonna be right if you do not spend that time to yourself, with yourself. A seven understands that they don't need anybody. They can be by themselves and be okay. They grasp this concept to the core. To the core. They understand. And so this can bother other people though because they feel like you're not sharing everything with them. Like you're hiding something or something. You know, and as a seven, you keep a lot of things private. You don't hide things, you just keep things private. You keep things to yourself most of the time. Somebody who stimulates your mind is going to attract you. Somebody who knows the mysteries of life, you know, like somebody who knows the answers to these questions, somebody who's curious themselves. You have this mysterious aura when people meet you, and so people want to know who you are. Like people are like, who is that? Like, who is that? Like, you just stand out so nicely. Like like smoothly. You stand out but very smoothly. A 7 likes mysterious people too. A 7 likes when people have their own privacy that and their own solitude that they spend time with as well, because those are the type of people that they just it just naturally happens. Oh God, what's wrong? You might always want to try to fix your own problems, so like early in life, so much so to the point where you want to do it yourself. You want to be like the key to your own life, so much so that you don't take in any other. You're closed minded. 7 is either spiritual as fuck and very open minded, or very egotistical, very materialistic, and just too materialistic. You don't have to always be the one to fix your own problems. You, as a 7, you should have this connection with this higher power, if you don't already, and learn to use it. Learn to use your own magic, learn to use your own intuition, learn to use your own wisdom. This natural wisdom that you have, it's immense and people feel it. So since the 7 likes to be alone a lot, it may seem selfish to other people. And like I said, those are people who probably don't understand themselves. And so if the 7 is truly balanced, riding through his life path smoothly, then it will be a smooth ride. But if you don't know, right? If you don't know, then everything is going to be disaster. You're going to create this karmic debt that it's just you putting down yourself, because you're not willing to compromise and be that spiritual 7. That 7 that seeks the answers and knows the answers. And one thing 7s don't like is like superficial people, like people who just think they're more than others, just because of something that they have materially or financially. A 7 doesn't care about that. So people who act like that, a 7 is at the core so much that they understand themselves, and they're always looking to understand themselves. So since they're in that area of understanding themselves all the time, other people just seem ridiculous to them, and those type of people who are superficial are not the people who they're going to be friends with. So this privacy issue, right, that might occur if you do not have your 7 life path balanced within yourself. Nobody could really know you because you don't tell everybody everything. You don't tell even maybe the closest people to you everything. You like that, to have that privacy. But this can lead to somebody who's like a loner. This kind of 7 needs to understand that it's not just by your rules. You have to compromise with other people too. You have to think about others too, and not just disappear, That's the negative side. As a 7, remember to treat others the way that you would like to be treated. Don't push people away from your life, especially those people who guide you like you guide them. People who inform you like you inform them. Once you seek out of yourself and you seek spirituality, you seek the answers of the universe. Once you seek all of this, you will live an abundant, happy, fulfilling life. You need to have this internal experience. This time of reflection is needed within yourself. And with that comes spirituality. That's spirituality itself. What they call spirituality, that's it, right? It's going within. It's understanding oneself, because that's when you start to understand everything around you. It's what they call the higher self. It's always important to remember, balance what you know intellectually with what you know intuitively. And that's when, once you merge the left and the right brain, that's when you come up with the most deepest truths. That's when you come up with the most that's when you're provided with deeper meaning. It's this understanding that you just get through these internal dialogues that you're having with yourself, this conversation that you're having with yourself, and you're just, downloading. One thing that's important for somebody to know, if they have a 7 friend, or if they are even a 7 themselves, is that you cannot be surrounded around people who try to push you to open up, to push you to just confide. Don't do that. Let the 7 be. The 7s need to just be. Like, they just have their special alone time that they need. And so you, as a friend or anybody close to a 7, need to understand that. And that's how your relationship with them, another level. You have your own set of intentions, like your own agenda, and you don't tell people about it. When you dedicate a lot of time to it, like I said, it can isolate you from everything around you. A 7 needs somebody who values their information, somebody who is able to exchange thoughts and stimulate each other's mind. They both question each other, and they both question and find the answers together. And that's what a 7 wants and needs and appreciates. Doesn't need, actually, because like I said, they know that they don't need anybody. Like, 7s are the most independent numbers. The most independent number, I would say, is a 7. And then a 1. Yeah. But the 1 is actually going out there and putting his foot first, while the 7 is in his home figuring out something genius on the low. It's very well thought of, because the 7 thinks through things to the core of each thing. That's just how it is. All a 7 is trying to do is seek the truth. The 7 is the truth seeker. When you learn to trust others, and when you learn to be vulnerable, that is when blessings come. Because you've already reached this understanding of how you are and how much time you need for yourself and how you want to be with others. You already have this set. You already know. And so when somebody is too attached to you or too dependent on you, you can feel uncomfortable. Because you were born alone, you die alone. That's it. A 7 understands that to the core. So I should name this video To the Core. 7 to the core. We all laugh anyway. Somebody who's a 7, Albert Einstein. Isn't that some shit? And then look, if I search up more famous life path 7s, Dr. Phil, JFK, wow, Marilyn Monroe, Okay. Leonardo DiCaprio. Well, this concludes my video on Life Path 7. Hope you guys Yo! Hey, yo! Thank you guys so much for watching. And stay tuned. Stay tuned for my next videos on 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.